Bruh.
And a look now at the batting order for the visiting Milwaukee Brewers. Eric Karros, who you focused on?
Well, they've got to be happy with the performance they're getting from that 8-hole right now. He's been a one-man wrecking crew lately, driving in 20 runs over the last 10 ball games. I guess I shouldn't say one-man wrecking crew. It takes a lot of support from the guys above him to get in a position to be driven in, but he has been the man.
Stepping in, Country Breakfast Dick. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Dick.
Okay, what's Gucci, guys? We got a little lighter.
Bailey pauses. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a ball driven to deep left center. The outfielders give chase, but this one is gone. A home run. Country Breakfast Dick will try things again. He hit that two-run homer his first time.
Well, the last time he saw a fastball and hit it pretty well, so we'll see how they work him this time. You can throw him more fastballs, but you better not put it in that location.
And he will beat the throw into second as he slides in safely with a one-out double.
And another hard hit ball off of him right there. That's not the first one he's allowed so far. As you take a look at his line, not too much to write home about right there. This has not been one of his better performances.
The pitcher, Zach Davies, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
Hit out towards second, played on the backhand, and the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
Whoa,
well, at the very least, he does move that runner up to third base. But with 2 away now, I don't think that's exactly what he was hoping to accomplish. I think he wanted to drive him in.
Jonathan Villar will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips.
I'm still feeling it. I'm still feeling myself.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. Country Breakfast Dick will dig in again, and as he does, we'll flash you back to inning number 2 as you get a look at his 2-run homer that was a big blow early on. Line toward the alley in left center. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the... Striding in to start the 9th, Country Breakfast Dick, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you're facing a pretty big deficit in this game, so they need to start clawing their way back.
And gone right down the line the other way. Wow.
Whoa.
So a solo shot down the line in left, his second of the game, as it's now an 8-5 ball game.
Boy, I want you to check out the location of where this pitch is in the strike zone. It's up and it's right down the middle. I mean, maybe.
And a good offensive performance here, but I think we can agree on naming this fellow right here as our top player of the game.
Yeah, just 2 hits in the ball game, but they were both big ones. The triple and the double, and I thought for this game at least, he was the best player on the field.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Reds win this one 8-5. Good night from Cincinnati.
The final line score for our ball game tonight: for the victorious Cincinnati Reds, 8 runs on 12 hits, no errors. They left 11 men on base. For the Brewers, 5 runs on 11 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 46 minutes. A reminder that post-game Metro bus service is available to Anderson Township, Cobblewood Plaza, Kenwood, and Western Hills Plaza.
Live from the banks of the Ohio, we welcome you to Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Cincinnati Reds. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. With that, here's a look at the Brewers starting lineup. Who's the one to watch, EK?
Well, Matt, I think you got to keep an eye on the Hebrew Hammer, Ryan Braun.
Country Breakfast Dick will stand in trying to keep that hitting streak alive. See what he's done over the past 9 ball games. First pitch of the at-bat. Sends that one. Nobody out, runner on first. Hot shot on the ground to short. Barehanded for one. On to first. And here indeed is a super double play. With a moment now, let's take a look at the defense for the Cincinnati Reds. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Yeah, Joey Votto is recognized as a great, actually an elite offensive player, but he's one of the better defensive first basemen as well. He's won a Gold Glove.
Billy Hamilton digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
And the throw is too late. He's on with a beautifully placed bunt single. Country Breakfast Dick is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And they jumped out to that early lead.
Hold that thought, though. This ball's hammered to deep center field. Back at the wall, and it's gone. So it's a solo shot to dead center. Number 13 for him on the year, as the Brewers have now taken a 4-0 lead.
Well, apparently these guys didn't see the highlights from yesterday because he had 2 home runs a day ago. Now he's got another home run right here. Now obviously, this pace won't last, but, man, he is hitting everything in sight.
Country Breakfast Dick stands in, coming off a solo homer in his previous trip.
I can't imagine they're going to give him anything to hit this time around.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Drilled right back up the middle. And that's through for a hit. Long throw to third. The tag, and they got him at third. What a throw.
Oh, and that's a nice job there in center field
Yeah.
to come up throwing. And you see him square his body up to the target.
Now at the plate, Willie Peralta. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
The 1-2 pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Duvall giving chase, and that ends the inning. Brewers strand one. They lead it 5-4. Country Breakfast Dick gets another shot, and if you remember, he hit a round tripper back in the fourth. Lifted the other way out to left center. Waiting on it, the left fielder. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and head for third. The relay throw, and he is in there at third as the possible go-ahead score. Country Breakfast Dick gets another shot, and if you remember, he hit a round tripper back in the fourth. Hit pretty well out toward right center field. Duvall going back on it, and just short of a home run, this ball's off the wall. The runner scores from second. So now time will be called as we're going to... Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Duvall is in pursuit. Now the runner from third crosses the plate. The runner from second crosses the plate.
2 more runs in to score there, and now that's a dozen runs in the ball game. And I can guarantee you, you're not going to lose too many games when you drop a 12 spot on somebody.
Arismendi Alcantara will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
Dick comes up with it. Only played at first, so the sacrifice works that time. And as we wrap things up here, what do you say we name this guy right here as the recipient of our Top Player of the Game award?
Yeah, no question he was a tough out up there. You see the 3 hits, including a home run. Without him in the lineup, I think this might have been a different story.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching. Back here on the MLB pregame show, Matt Vasgersian getting his afternoon baseball now from the home of the Reds since 2003. Great American Ballpark. Today, the third and final game in this 3-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Cincinnati Reds. It's Reds baseball next on the show. And a look now at the batting order for the visiting Milwaukee Brewers. Eric, who stands out to you?
You know, I'm looking forward to seeing if that man hitting 8 can stay hot. He's been on an absolute tear lately, hitting over 500 in his last 10 ball games. The baseball must look like a beach ball to him right now at the plate.
Anthony DeSclafani, a right-hander from the Garden State of New Jersey, gets the ball here. EK, what's the word on him? Country Breakfast Dick will stand in. He, too, had 3 hits in the win last night.
Well, you know, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10, so yesterday's performance shouldn't have come as any big surprise to anybody. Well, you know you're talking about a nice streak when you get up over 10 games in a row, and now that's 11 for this guy, so he is feeling it.
Jesus, finally someone's talking. this game.
Number 41 will get his first opportunity now.
Let me ask you something. Why are you here? Because football's my life. My father used to say, when the road knocks you down.
It looks exactly like FIFA.
Wade is miles behind. No, sir. You don't get hit today. You're not the only one trying to get drafted. No, man, forget you. This time around. Devin Wade at the line for the final play of the game. It's the biggest moment of your life. Let's go out there and prove to the world that we belong. Devin,
It's FIFA, bro.
So being aggressive and getting in the pass.
It looks terrible. God, EA doesn't know how to make a video game, bro. Connect the tree, never lie. That's booty, bruh.
Yo.
Oh, who's in
YOLO.
here? It's Liddy. It's Liddy.
Here's a look
You already
over
know
first.
from
He's
Long.
gonna get dirty, but he's back in safely.
Is this
Why
Contier
not?
or
Make him get dirty.
Ava H? I think this is Katie because of the YOLO.
And the 2-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3, the throw.
XDD.
And it's hard.
Tell everyone you know to get on
Jonathan
the live
Villar
stream. I told
will get a
Caitlin and
second
Lindsay,
shot
and they're
now.
like, oh yeah,
He
I'll be
worked
there.
out a walk
But
to open the
they are
ball
currently
game.
not, so like, that's a little shot to
He's
the
set.
head.
Here's the 2-2. This is hit the other way out toward left field.
Shot to
Under
the
it is the left
head.
fielder. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, one man left on. Arismendi
Love these baseball
Alcantara
games.
get his first.
IKR.
I will
his
tell
numbers
them.
over the course of the past
Awesome
10
sauce.
ball games.
AO. All I know is AO. We ever have to Liddy live
Chopped
stream
weakly to the left.
until like
Dick
5 in the
takes
morning.
it in. Throw to
'Kay.
first in plenty of time, and the side is retired.
Jay Sold.
A view of Cincinnati from the
Once
Brent
again,
Spence
delayed
Bridge.
comments.
Thanks for joining us
Sorry,
once again on the
bro.
show. So stepping in, Anthony DeSclafani, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield.
Prof is the top of my head, and I have 11 subs.
And they'll try to get the man to third as he puts this one down. Dick
Jesus.
is there, only plays to first, so the pitcher does his job as it's a successful second. Now batting, Country Breakfast Dick. He singled his last
I feel like I
time.
should
And I
change
think
my
we
name
mentioned it already,
to
but that extended his
Salty
hitting streak.
Sultan.
Swinging a hot bat right now.
Line
Get out.
hard toward right. And another base hit. He's 2 for 2. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Well, I think they've seen enough of this guy for the weekend. He's absolutely eating them alive, and he's at it again as he drives this one for 2 bases.
Number
We're
41
back.
will stand in
Group
with a
chat
chance
has
to
been
help himself
updated.
out big time here with a couple of men in scoring position.
And a lot of times, pitchers go up there just because they sort of have to. But here, if you go up and just think ground ball up the middle, you might get one home, maybe two. This is a big-time chance.
Hard hit toward the hole.
That's a base knock.
And that's through into left, a base hit.
Screw
And
you.
they're not going to
Third
get him
base
as
coach,
he's in
I'm
there to
screwing
score.
you.
The tag from Mesoraco, and they got him at the plate.
God,
Brewers forced to settle for one. On now
Join
to the
X's
bottom half
Gaming
of inning number
live
4.
stream.
It's the Brewers 2
no excuses,
and the
and if you
Reds
make
1.
one, you will die.
So 2 are gone now for the Reds in their half of the 4th. And stepping in, the second baseman, Brandon Phillips.
More should join.
Exactly.
2-strike bunt attempt here as this one's down. Dick fields
What a
it cleanly.
play.
Throw on to first. A 3. Trying to... Dick. He'll swing it
We have
from
the
left
bases
side right
juice.
here.
Yeah, he's got great numbers right here. Hitting over 350 against righties where he just rakes.
Left side.
Gosh.
Scooped up. Phillips
You know
throws it.
those little cutes
Onto
that jump.
I know.
Information.
I know, right? Aren't they just the cutest thing?
And quite a lot of
Should I
offense
play a
in this one,
different
but if
game?
we had to highlight one guy
Like-
that made the difference, there he is. He's our
Like
top player.
NBA or Star Wars or Battlefront or Battlefield, some combat.
Let's have a juicy convo, but the comments are delayed. DX.
Yeah, okay, fine. We'll have a Johnson conversation. What's our juicy conversation gonna be about? It's over. Kinda got a long way to go, but that's okay. Look, we're gonna win 500 games this season. Because we're that good. Woo! Hyun Sol Kim. The New York Mets have won. Put it in the books.
One of the best views you'll find in all of baseball. Downtown Pittsburgh and PNC Park. Leading off the inning, Gregory Polanco. And they'll need him to get something going here.
When the game is literally starting.
Chopped weakly to the left. Gonna be a tough play. Throw on to
That's
first in
sense.
time, 1 away. Set his Pirates lineup for this one. Eric Karros, who you focused on.
Well, you better be careful when dealing with that 5-hole hitter. He's one of the tougher outs around, and he's among the on-base
Why am I
percentage
wearing-
leaders in the National League. He brings a very patient approach to the plate, and he's not afraid to take a walk if he doesn't get what he wants.
Jung Ho Kong.
And he's a very solid hitter as well.
Starling Marte stands in for the first time now, and he's been en fuego of late. Seen that average shoot up quite a bit over these past 8 ball games. Oh, and he lays one down here, and this is going to be a tough play.
That's an
Throw to
easy
first will get him
play, right?
easily, and the side is retired. Now at the plate, Country Breakfast Dick. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Country breakfast, Dick.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swung on and lifted down the left field line. Marte is under it. 1 down.
Shit, I need to take a shower. I'll do that.
Country Breakfast Dick is into the box for his second appearance. 0 for 1 with a flyout.
Country breakfast, Dick.
Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. Here's a high
Come
pop-up.
on.
Harrison.
Ugh.
And that's the